Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today it is time for another book haul. And of course, I have a huge stack of books to show you. Some of these I purchased myself. Some you may have already seen if you've watched other videos. And some were so kindly gifted to me. And I cannot wait to share them with all of you. In the middle of April, I did a day where I went to a bunch of different thrift stores and little free libraries. And this first stack are things that I found on that day. I did go to an independent bookstore and they sell both used and new books, and I purchased The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. I found this for only $6. This one takes place in 1918, and we deal with the Spanish flu, but in Ireland. I'm really excited to read this one. I've heard some mixed things, but mostly good, I think. I grabbed a middle grade, The Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus by Dusty Bowling. And I believe this is about a 13-year-old girl who is born without arms and her going through life. I'm glad I found that one. On that day, I went to another used bookstore and I grabbed Agatha Christie's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Why can't I say that? Just a mystery. I would love to read more Agatha Christie. I've loved what I have read from her so far. Another middle grade I picked up is Elijah of Buxton by Christopher Paul Curtis. I read his book Bud Not Buddy, which won a Newbery Award. And I heard a ton of people talking about The Mighty Miss Malone and The Watsons Go to Birmingham 1963. And I am just really excited to read more books from this author. I have loved his books and everyone that I've heard who has read anything from him has really enjoyed it. I think this one is a YA, Wing Poppy Midnight. Honestly, it's a cover buy. I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember if people liked it or not. Is it YA or is it middle grade? I don't know. Every story needs a hero. Every story needs a villain. Every story needs a secret. Wink Poppy Midnight. 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 summer, 1 bad thing. What really happened? Someone knows. Someone is lying. Interesting. Another Agatha Christie I found at a little free library is The Mousetrap. This is a play, which is pretty fun. And I've actually seen this play in person a couple times, but I don't remember. I don't remember who done it. So I'm going to have fun reading that one. And then a different book for me is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. This is a book of poetry and it was super popular when it first came out. I do not read a lot of poetry, so I'm very curious to see what I will think about this. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but I did grab it from a little free library, so we shall see. I won a Goodreads giveaway in the last couple weeks, and I'm really excited because Hazel Gaynor is an author that I have really enjoyed in the past. So this is 3 Words for Goodbye, 2 Sisters and a Journey That Will Change Everything by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. And I believe this is the same duo who wrote Last Christmas in Paris, which is an epistolary novel set during World War I that I have really liked. I don't know if that's the same combo or not, but this one takes place in New York, 1937, and 2 sisters who are estranged learn their grandmother is dying and they agree to fulfill her last wish to travel across Europe together. I love that. I love the travel. I love the estranged sisters forced to be in close proximity to each other. They're going to travel on a boat, the Queen Mary. They're going on the Orient Express and they're going to see Paris and Venice. And I am here for all of it. And it takes place in 1937. So very beginning of World War II. Very interesting time period to go traveling across Europe. One that I found at Ollie's for $2.99 here. I started to take that sticker off, but it started to rip. So I have to do it with heat. Is The Paris Orphan by Natasha Lester. And I know this is a World War II historical fiction. An American soldier and an enterprising photographer brave occupied France in the midst of World War II to help give a little girl the one thing that she's never had, a family. Yeah, I'm sold at the word orphan in the title and set during World War II. Just yesterday, I went to a bunch of yard sales and did not find very much, but I did grab some middle grade books. One for me, Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer. This is book 1 in the series, and there is now an adaptation, and I would like to read the first book before checking out the adaptation. And then 3 for the kid that I nanny. He loves this series, I Survived. They're slightly below his reading level, but he loves them, so I'm here for it. Anything to encourage him reading. So this is I Survived the Shark Attacks of 1916. I Survived the Hindenburg Disaster, 1937. and I Survived the Joplin Tornado 2011. So I'm really excited to give those to him. I'm almost done with that nanny job, and so I'm gathering little gift bags for each of them for my last day. So these are going to go in his gift bag. And then an Amazon order just came in today, and I purchased 2 books just for the fun of it. I grabbed the 3rd book, Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the 3rd one in the Shadow and Bone Grisha trilogy. I have not read this one. I've read Shadow and Bone and I read Siege and Storm, but I have not read Ruin and Rising. So I think I'm going to go back to the beginning because I did watch the adaptation and love it. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and read through all of them. And eventually I'll have all of them in this edition because I really love it. I don't even mind the Netflix sticker, which is kind of annoying, but it's so shimmery. And the other one that I bought kind of on a whim was Les Mis from Victor Hugo. This is the mass market paperback, and I specifically got this one because when I read Les Mis way back in, maybe 1998 is when I read it. This is the edition that I read it in. Look at that, 1,400 something pages. It's huge. And I don't know why I never kept it because it was quite an accomplishment. It was very tattered and beat up because I took it with me on a trip to England, Scotland, Belgium that I went with my friend right after graduation from college. So it had a lot of memories, and I'm really sad now as more of a reader and book collector now. I'm really sad that I didn't keep that one. So I wanted to have the same edition just so that it could bring those memories back for me. And I would like to reread this book someday. I mean, it's a huge commitment. I might end up listening to it, but I wanted to own this edition of it. Now we're going to move into books that were gifted to me so kindly. The first one is from an author. This is from Lynn Bailey, and it's called The Chronicles of Avalon, Avalon's Portal. And this is a middle grade. I love Stonehenge. It's one of the places that I got to go when I took this trip and read Les Mis. Stonehenge is so cool in person. Like, photos just don't do it justice. On the back, this says, nothing exciting ever happens to Arthur, and that is the way that he likes it. But when he stumbles into a magical world on his 13th birthday, the new teen has to put his big boy pants on and begin the quest of a lifetime to find his way back home. So I think he discovers a portal to another world, a la Outlander, minus all the Claire and Jamie. So I'm excited to read that one. Thank you so much to the author for sending that to me. I was super stoked to get this one from Amazon. I always love when it comes in a fancy bag, like not necessary and so kind. This is from Sam, CrazySam. I really enjoy your videos, and after looking at your wish list, out of curiosity, I felt led to send this to you. I did share this on an Insta story when it first came, and I've used it a couple times since then already, but I put it back in here for the sake of this video. But this, so kind. I'm so excited about this. So this is a Bible, and it has NIV, New King James, New Living Translation, and the Message. And how it's set up is that it's all 4 on one page. So the same passage of scripture, you can compare those 4 different editions, translations, whatever you want to call it. So it's huge. It's not one that I'm going to cart around to church or anything, but for just at home reading, I'm really excited to read and compare those 4 together. And I'm so thankful. Oh my word. What a gift. What a treasure. CrazySam, you're the best. Another super kind subscriber, Deb Reads, sent me The Beekeeper of Aleppo. And I don't know if this is YA. It has a YA feel to it. I really want to read more books that are set in Syria or about Syrian refugees. That's something that's very close to my brother's heart, who lives in Turkey. And so it's something that I would like to read more about. I do have a middle grade book called Escape from Aleppo that I still have yet to read. And then now this one, The Beekeeper of Aleppo. This says, every morning, Nuri, the beekeeper, rises early to hear the call to prayer before driving to his hives in the countryside. On weekends, his wife, Afra, a gifted artist, sells her paintings at the open air market in the square. They live simply, rich in family and friends, in the hills of the beautiful Syrian city of Aleppo until the unthinkable happens. Oh yeah, this is by Christy Lefteri. So Thank you, thank you, thank you, Deb. Oh my goodness. Deb, the same Deb, also sent me The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. This is one of my most anticipated reads from winter. I did have this checked out from the library at one point, but I had to return it before I got to it. It's a little bit chunkier than some of her others, but I have loved The Huntress and The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. I really enjoy her gritty, heart, like right to the heart of the matter, doesn't hold back at all, strong women during wartime writing style. And this one is about women code breakers, I believe, in World War II. Yeah. Another heart-stopping World War II story involving 3 female code breakers at Bletchley Park and the spy they must uncover after the war is over. So I believe these 3 women work together during the war, code breaking, and then something happens where they break apart. I don't know if one of them betrayed another or if they just had a falling out. I'm not sure what happened, or they just went their separate ways. But then they all have to come back together to break another code and find this spy after the war is over. So I'm really excited to read this. I believe Kate Quinn is going to do a phenomenal job with it. And Deb, you really shouldn't have. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, so kind. Chantel from At An Intentional Life. I don't know. She does a giveaway with her newsletter, and I'm not sure if that's why I'm receiving this. This one Chantel sent me is the sequel to The Line Between, which I picked up on her recommendation. So it's very fitting that she bought for me the second one. So these are by Tosca Lee, who has in the past co-authored with Ted Dekker, which is how I first heard about her. She also wrote a book called Iscariot, which is a biblical fiction about Judas Iscariot, and I really liked that one. So I'm really looking forward to more from her. I think these are kind of like post-apocalyptic or something along those lines. In the first book, we follow Winter, who escaped from a cult, and I believe into a world that is ravaged by disease. So it says on the back. And then this is the carry-on of that story. The carry-on, this is the follow-up to that story. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Chantel. So kind of you. Stephanie, I believe it was Stephanie. Now I'm doubting myself. One of my patrons and subscribers, Stephanie, saw me talk about Rumesa on my anticipated reads video. This is one of my anticipated spring reads. And at the time, I couldn't put it on hold at the library. I couldn't find it on Amazon. And she found it for me and sent it to me. So kind. Thank you. Thank you. This is by Radia Hafiza. And this is a middle grade Muslim retelling of 3 fairy tales. So I believe Rapunzel, who would be Rumesa, and I believe maybe Snow White and Cinderella and Rapunzel. I forget which 3, but it's a Muslim retelling of 3 fairy tales. So I'm really excited. Rumesa, let down your hijab. Oh, I'm so excited. And this is really fun because it has a lot of, oh yeah, Cinderella. There we go. It has a lot of illustrations. Oh, I just passed one. Of course, now I can't find any. Has a lot of illustrations within the text. So sometimes just like a little one on the page here. Some are more full page illustrations. So I'm really excited. I love this. I'm really anticipating it. That's why it was on my list. I was sent this other book from someone in Nashville, and there's no note or no name. So if you sent me this, please tell me so that I can thank you. But this is The Wandering Years by Knox McCoy. I do listen to the podcast with Knox and Jamie and love it. And I'm really excited that somebody sent me this. I'm not sure who. If it was you, thank you. But this is Knox's book. I believe it's his first one, How Pop Culture Helped Me Answer Life's Biggest Questions. So the podcast, if you don't know, Knox and Jamie just talk about pop culture. They talk about TV and movies and everything in the media and Twitter and all the things, all the streaming services. And they are hilarious and so well informed. And I currently am watching a show because of their recommendation. They green light and red light things, and it's just fun. They're a lot of fun. It's a fun podcast to listen to. So I'm really excited for this. If this is you who sent it to me, thank you. Please let me know. Melinda, one of my subscribers, sent me a big old box. She went to a library book sale and said, hey, I got a couple things at the library book sale to send you. Can I send them to you? I'm like, sure, you didn't have to, but thank you so much. Well, she sent me a huge box of books. I did share this on my stories, and I'll show you the ones that I showed, but she wrapped some. So I have no idea what they are, and I'm so excited to unwrap them together with you. But first, there's a whole slew of middle grade ones here. And some of them she put little notes on, which is so kind. So here we go. I'm just going to go through these pretty quickly. This is The Family Under the Bridge by Natalie Savage Carlson. She said, I saw Amanda just hauled this one too. That is a Newbery Honor book. Shadow of a Bull is a Newbery winner that I don't yet own by Maya, that last name. So yay for another Newbery. The Black Cauldron by Lloyd Alexander, another Newbery Honor. I squealed when I saw this one. The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963 by Christopher Paul Curtis. I'm so excited. Katie from Life Between Words read this at the beginning of middle grade March when I was reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. And she loved this and the family and the humor. And I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited to have that one. Melinda, so nice. This one is a short translated book that might be good for a book prompt. When I have to read a translated book. So this is The Girl from the Metropole Hotel, Growing Up in Communist Russia by Ludmila Petrashevskaya. I'm excited for that. A little memoir, I think, about growing up in communist Russia. Very intriguing. I'm very intrigued by that. Jacqueline Woodson is an author that I love. And this is from the notebooks of Mellon and Son. She read this during a live and really liked it. Looks like a middle grade. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. More Jacqueline Woodson in my life. Mildred D. Taylor is the author of Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, and this is book 2, the follow-up to that one. So I'm really excited. Let the circle be unbroken. Yay. Thank you so much. She says, sorry, it's not in better shape. I don't even care. I'm really excited to have the sequel. She sent me Dear Mr. Henshaw, which is another Newbery winner from the 80s. The Witch's Buttons, because I loved these books about witches when I was young. So fun. Who wrote this? By Ruth Chu. So cute. I never heard of that one. Blue Willow, another honor book by Doris Gates. And The Cat Who Went to Heaven. I believe this is also a Newbery Award medal winner. Yep, it is. By Elizabeth Coatsworth. Fun. And now, she also put in a Woodwick candle. Melinda, will you spoil me? I couldn't believe that. I love Woodwick candles. So that was fun, but we're gonna dive right in. Open some gifts. Oh, fun. Another Newbery medal, Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. Another one that I don't have. In the Upstairs Room, an honor book. And this is a memoir that looked good by Johanna Rice. Yay, I've never heard of that one. So another one for the Newbery shelf. I'm going to have fun adding that. Yeah, there's just something so fun about opening presents, isn't there? I love it. She knows me well. It said it had Orphan on the cover, so I didn't read the back. Maybe you'd like it? Yes, Orphan in the title is an automatic interest for me. The Orphan of Florence by Jean Calogridis. It takes place in Italy, in Florence. Julia has been an orphan all her life, raised in Florence's famous Ospedale. I can't read that Italian name of the place. Her probing questions and insubordinate behavior made her an unwelcome presence. And at the age of 15, she was given an awful choice: become a nun or be married off to a man that she didn't love. She chose neither, and after refusing an elderly suitor, Julia escaped onto the streets of Florence. Woo! In the turbulent world of the Medicis, a young woman finds herself driven from pickpocketing to espionage when she meets a mysterious man. That sounds really good. Something different than World War II. But I'm excited for that. Thank you, Melinda. Oh, yay. I haven't yet read Pam Jenoff. This is The Winter Guest, and this is one that I don't own. I think it might be on my Kindle, but But you guys know I don't very often read on my Kindle, so I'm always thrilled to have the print copy. Pretty sure you read and liked her. I haven't, but she is one of my 6 authors that I'm going to read this year. That's the goal. Nice. Oh my goodness. What a treat. Pretending to Dance, Diane Chamberlain. And I know you like her also. I do love Diane Chamberlain. This one is Pretending to Dance. She wrote, the 3 that I've read are The Dream Daughter and Necessary Lies and Big Lies in a Small Town. This one is about Molly, who's good at keeping secrets. She and her husband live in San Diego where they hope to soon adopt a baby, but the process terrifies her. I'm not going to read too much more than that, but it deals with adoption, and it's Diane Chamberlain, who can tell a good tale. I love her storytelling. This is so fun. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Oh, fun. Winter Sea by Susanna Kearsley. I do already own this one. So here's what we're going to do right now. If you're interested in the Winter Sea, leave me a comment and I'll draw from all the people who are interested. Susanna Kearsley always deals with time in some way. And in this one, we follow an author who travels to Scotland to learn and study and research for a book that she's writing. While there, she starts having memories of one of her characters. Yeah, so it's like twisty and very cool. Takes place in Scotland. Very, very good. I love it. And if you're interested in The Winter Sea by Susanna Kearsley, let me know down below and I will send this to one of you because I already own it. So there we go. Impromptu giveaway. Just say, I want The Winter Sea or something. Pick me, pick me. Yeah. So cool. Oh, another Newbery book. Man, Up a Road Slowly by Irene Hunt. I'm getting very close to having all of them. This is so cool. Up a Road Slowly. I don't know what year that won. I don't have them memorized. And The Midwife's Apprentice, another Newbery Medal winner. Melinda, you are stuffing my Newbery shelf. I'm so excited for those. Fun, fun. And the last one, my word. I feel so special. Oh, it's 2 more. Oh, cool. Because it's LMM. No idea about it. LOL. This is Road to Avonlea. So they made a show, Road to Avonlea, adapted from Lucy Maud Montgomery's works. And this one's Sarah's Homecoming. So that's fun. It'll go on my LMM shelf. And then Anne Frank and Me by Cherry Bennett and Jeff Gottesfield. Melinda has read this, but has not read this, but it sounds interesting. I don't know what this is about. There's no summary on the back. It says praise for Anne Frank and Me, the play, but this is not a play. It's a book. So I'm assuming it's about a young girl who learns about Anne Frank and it affects her greatly. Sounds good to me. I love Anne Frank. I mean, I loved reading Anne Frank back in the day. Melinda, you girl, you sent me a lot of books. Thank you so much. Everybody who sent me anything, it's never expected and always such a joy. And I just am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I say it all the time for this little corner of the internet. You guys are awesome. That is a big haul. And now I have to add them all to my Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your comments about any of the books. Remember, if you're interested in receiving The Winter Sea, amazing, Melinda, that all the books you sent me, this is the only one that I already have. That's pretty amazing because I have a lot of books. And I do love Susanna Kearsley, so it was a good guess in sending it. But yeah, if you're interested in The Winter Sea, let me know. I will send that to one of you guys. And let's chat down in the comments. You guys know I love talking with you down there. And that is all for today. So go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell so you know when I post a new video. And I will be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye.